Recorded live at a local medical facility, it's Brothers in Tights, a professional... Crap, I'm going to restart. Recorded live from a local medical facility, it's Brothers in Tights, a professional wrestling podcast. I'm Lex Dahl.
I'm Bat Tracy, his brother.
We're in tights. We are your tag champs coming at you with episode 2 of Brothers in Tights, professional wrestling podcast.
Forbidden Door Fallout and
Dynamite and Rampage. And
well, your idea.
Oh, we're so last week we covered what got us into wrestling.
The first foray.
Yeah.
Did you like that title?
Yeah, I thought it could have been more of a wrestling pun, like something like debut or something.
I was gonna do the first dance because CM Punk, they did the last dance or whatever.
No, it was the first dance.
Oh, okay. Well, that's why I did the first foray. That was my reasoning.
Anyway. But we thought we'd talk a little bit about when we left wrestling for a spell.
I left for more than a spell.
The Undertaker over there?
I left for multiple years. Well, I would pop my head in a few times a year, but I used to watch Raw, and we'll get to it.
We talked about it last week. We don't need to re-talk about it. What else? So should we jump into Dynamite?
Yes.
Or news? Actually, I want to start with some news.
Yes, because we can start with WWE stuff if you got any news.
We started last week with news, so we'll start this week with news.
Make sure you're facing the camera or your microphone because you're not wearing a headset. So
no, I just need a drink. Hold on. I don't know if we talked about this already, because I was kind of waiting to talk about it on the podcast. Superstar Billy Graham announced the other day that he is going to be needing to get some toes amputated.
Amputate those toes.
He's got some infections, and he's amputating some toes. I like that our wrestling news stories to start every week are like, well, what's going on in the wrestling world today? Oh, Jack Evans had a move. This guy's losing some toes.
I forgot. We literally started the first episode with like, hey, have you seen this clip?
Hey, we just happened to be decided to record a podcast. And then we're like, hey, also, here's this clip of Jack Evans in a 6:30 senton. Watch it. Should we talk about it? Yeah.
He lands on his head.
Yeah.
Stephanie McMahon's in charge of WWE now. We haven't even talked about that in real life.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
True. We have not talked about that. It's just so hot in my apartment.
It's hot here, too.
I guess we can also mention that at the day of recording, today is the 20 years have passed since John Cena's debut match in WWE.
His Ruthless Aggression debut, where he's like, I'm full of balls and ruthless aggression.
And they are hardcore making Cena month, and he's on Raw tonight as we speak. And
so we're recording on a Monday.
Yeah.
Oh. We could have Raw on in the background, muted, and you couldn't.
Why would we want to do that, though?
Well, if it's muted, it wouldn't be as bad because you would just see the wrestling.
No, I know, but I mean, like, why would we want to give them the viewership?
That's true. I don't like WWE.
But
I'm not a hater, though. I'm not a hater. I want to get that out.
Either.
I don't. You can watch anything. I'm not one of those people who's just diehard AEW. You can watch both companies. I don't give a shit. Wrestling's wrestling, man.
I very heavily follow WWE, and I've also put a lot of money. I also put a lot of money into their product.
Yeah,
I drop mad money on them. So,
I still read every article on Cage Side Seats about WWE.
Yeah. But anyways, and many wrestlers from all different promotions have sent videos of love. AEW's Chris Jericho, Paul White, Bryan Danielson, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Randy Orton. Many people are sending their love for Cena.
It's funny how AEW is allowed to send videos to WWE, but WWE wouldn't allow any of their wrestlers to send videos to ROH for their final battle because it was owned by AEW.
Well, we also had AJ Styles on Slammiversary last week talking about how he won Best X Division Talent and I believe Best just talent overall.
Deservedly.
Yeah. And but I think it's I get it, but I think personally I think it's a little much for Cena because they only gave Randy Orton like one show, and I think Randy Orton is the greatest WWE superstar of all time.
Agreed.
And so I think it's a little much. Also, Rey Mysterio next month, it's 20 years, and people want them to do as much as they're doing for Cena for him because he deserves it as well. But he
He's a
also
legend.
he was also just on the video game cover. So
If Rey
I guess
Mysterio and Danhausen hung out together, would he be Rayhausen or Mysteriohausen? This is a good question, Hausen.
I think Rayhausen.
Yes, me too.
If this does come out tomorrow, Tuesday, June 28th, we can also say that the Clownin' Around pack, DLC pack, is now out for WWE 2K22.
No fucking way.
Yeah, you can't even believe it.
Let me turn
Patch
on my PlayStation right now.
patch 1.15 also just came out as well
Holy
in
fuck balls.
ahead of the DLC release. Do you have any more news?
I don't.
I could go to a bunch of
I could go to like KHICs, but I'm not going
yeah,
to.
I googled wrestling news this week and I'm not going to read any of it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Dynamite. Last week was June 22nd, 2022. Now we should say if we didn't last week and we've already kind of mentioned it, we're covering Dynamite or AEW reviews because that's what we watch weekly.
Yeah.
So, and I think there's way too many WWE podcasts out there anyways. So
Yeah.
screw it. We could have gone. It was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I wish I would have known that a long time ago.
I know. And one thing I did like about the show is the Milwaukee crowd, everything was over with them. They were so into it.
Such a good crowd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good
So
crowd. Did you
I'm just
hear?
gonna
We'll talk about it.
I'm on AEW's official website, so I'll just read from there that
Yeah.
tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite was broadcast live from the UW Milwaukee Panther Arena in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, and Jim Ross from the broadcast team for tonight's event. It's Wednesday night. You know what that means. The American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, appeared to address Forbidden Door and Blood and Guts. Dare I say the best promo of his career, at least personally.
Bryan Danielson?
Yeah, there is
My
actually
favorite promo of his career is when his debut one in AEW when he was like, I've come here to God, or I'm a goddamn wrestler and I've come here to goddamn wrestle.
Yeah, that
I
was
loved
good
that
too.
promo.
They actually have I love AEW's website. They have a lot of cool stuff. I'm just gonna read all these excerpts. I'll just read this page. Tony Schiavone was in the ring to interview Bryan Danielson. Danielson said, Tony, if you don't mind, I'm just going to take this microphone. This week is a great week to be an AEW fan. This week is a great week to be a professional wrestling fan. Sunday, we've got Forbidden Door, an interpromotional pay-per-view with the two best professional wrestling companies in the entire world. And then a week from today on Dynamite, you get the nearly complete opposite with the bloody spectacle that is Blood and Guts. I was expecting to be a part of both of those events. Chris Jericho paid Zack Sabre Jr. to prove he was a better technical wrestler than Bryan Danielson. I was not only excited to prove that was not true, but I was going to crush his trachea. I was excited to get revenge on Jericho at Blood and Guts, but unfortunately, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. Bad news. Because of what Chris Jericho and Jake Hager did at Anarchy in the Arena, I'm not compared to compete either at Forbidden Door and Blood and Guts. I think that's a typo.
Yeah, not cleared.
I'm not cleared. It says I'm not compared. And Blood and Guts. But lest anyone be concerned about my overall health, don't you worry about me coming back. There's not a man in this world who can wrestle like me. And that's not even the good news. Eddie Kingston called me a judgmental prick, and I am. And because of that, I have really high standards. So, when I promise something is going to be amazing, it's going to be amazing. I have found the other person I trust to take my place at Forbidden Door. The one person I trust to take my place at Blood and Guts. The one person I know in the entire world who will take it to Zack Sabre Jr. Forbidden Door and then go and kick Chris Jericho's head in at Blood and Guts. And you're all going to be astounded by what he does in AEW. Who? Don't you guys know I came out of the bad guy tunnel? I'm not going to tell you, but I'm not going to tell Zack Sabre Jr. either, so tune in on Sunday.
I'm excited to find out who that is.
Zack Sabre Jr.'s music hit, and he walked out onto the ramp and stared Danielson across the way. So I loved that promo. The bad guy tunnel did it for me.
That was a very good promo. We're going to get to an even better promo later in the show, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Do you want me to share to read along, or are you good with me just reading this?
You can just read it. You don't have to read everything. But
I'm just going to read everything. It's a pretty short page. It's just
okay, well, what happened next?
Next up, we had a trios match.
Yes.
Chaos, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, Rack Romero, and Trent Beretta versus the United Empire, which was also open of Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis, and IWGP US Heavyweight Champion Will Ospreay.
This was an okay match. it was weird that Orange Cassidy got the pin.
Right. It was the first time I'd seen Rocky Romero wrestle, and I was very
Yeah, you
impressed.
told me that.
Yeah. So Rocky ducked a lariat from Kyle. Rocky slid under Kyle and then whacked him with a stiff kick to the midsection. This is weird to me because when I write out wrestling stuff, I use last names. And so just seeing like, oh, Kyle hit Rocky, and then Trent came in and hit Mark. Trent tagged in and walloped Kyle with a clothesline.
You don't have
Mark
to read the
Davis.
match. Don't read the match layout.
Okay. It was a good match though.
It was a
Like I
good
said,
match.
I was very behind OC. It was his first match back in however long he's been injured, and
For quite a
he did an
while.
excellent job. Weird that Aussie Open just keeps losing and stuff for United Empire.
I know.
Kind of weird. Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Saddam Singh were backstage. Lethal told Samoa Joe to come back and defend his ROH TV championship against him or vacate the title, and the clock is ticking. I'm going to be honest, and you know this, but the viewers don't, listeners don't. Don't like Jay Lethal.
I don't really like Jay Lethal very much either.
Don't care about the other two.
Saddam Singh, I don't know.
You watched Dynamite live. I had to tape it because I was at work. I actually fast forwarded this part. I'm not going to listen to Jay Lethal. So
Yeah.
I fast forwarded that. There's a few things I fast forwarded, to be honest.
Okay. That's fine.
Tony Schiavone was in the ring to interview Christian.
There's times I wished I could have fast forwarded things. Like when Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti were on screen, I was literally muting them.
Yeah. Do you want me to read Christian Cage promo?
How long would it take you to read it? The whole thing?
A couple minutes. It's like 5 little paragraphs.
All right, go for it.
Tony, you didn't think I was going to let Jungle Boy eliminate me from the Casino Battle Royale last year and get away with it, did you? Now, off the bat, I was like, what? This is why they're doing this turn, like this weird lawn. I said I went over to my girlfriend who watched Dynamite with me this week. I was like, long-term story for
humble break
one.
there.
I was like, long-term storytelling for one, but really a Battle Royal like from a year ago. Even more bothersome to me was the reaction from each and every one of you when I got eliminated. Not to mention Jungle Boy cost me a massive roster bonus, but it got me to thinking a little bit. Maybe if these people like Jungle Boy so much, I should do a little background check. So I decided against my better judgment to go on social media. What a cesspool that is. Jungle Boy cost me a lot of money, so I had to recoup it. And hey, in that research, I found out Jungle Boy is pretty damn talented, so I hitched my wagon to him. You think I came back to elevate the younger talent? No, I came in to make money. Jungle Boy, I said I was going to recoup that money.
I loved that part when he was like, "You think I came here to?" No, I came to make money.
And you do have the talent, Jungle Boy, but you don't have it in your head. The one time I don't walk out with you to the ring, you lose the tag team championships. Now I'm going to have to take control and get my hands dirty, and that pisses me off. I like that. I think Jungle Boy's mom is a little sweet on Christian Cage, if you know what I mean. I think she wanted me to be Jungle Boy's father. Jungle Boy has a father, but Jungle Boy, your father is dead, and that's a good thing because he'd be embarrassed to see you. Enjoy your early retirement at 25. Stay gone.
That hit hard.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Luchasaurus came to the ring and grabbed Christian Cage by the throat. He said, "Remember what happened to Marco? Luchasaurus, let go of me. You're like a son to me. We need to talk about what we need to talk. We need to talk, but we need to talk in private. We're not doing it in front of these people." Christian Cage whispered to Luchasaurus, then hugged him. Luchasaurus, this is a quote from Excalibur. Luchasaurus is conflicted, and there's a smile on the face of that scumbag Christian Cage. So, what happened to Marco, for one?
You're asking me?
Yeah, just he's gone.
Oh, yeah, they just didn't renew his contract.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, he got kicked out of he just stopped appearing with Jurassic Express after a while, and it didn't make sense because I was like, what happened to Marco? And then they just stopped booking him altogether, and then he was like, yeah, Tony's just been ghosting my text, like he just won't respond, and then they just were like, yeah, we're not renewing him. It was really a weird situation. They did the same thing to Joey Janela, where he was like, yeah, I've been ghosted for like 2 months straight. They just won't respond to me. And he's like, so I guess I'm just not getting re-signed.
Yeah. Backstage, AEW Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks said they'd be at Forbidden Door since they were the original locksmiths. The Bucks said they were going to be back in Bullet Club for one night only.
God, I love the Young Bucks.
All Atlantic Championship qualifier match. Malachi Black versus Penta Oscuro with Alex Abrahantes. Penta changed his name again, I feel like. I keep Every time I tune in, he's got a new name.
So this was match of the night for me. I loved this match. The right guy won. I mean, obviously he was going to win because Penta couldn't be on the show,
Right.
because of the whole AAA thing, which I'm not going to explain. You can Google it if you want, but uh, yeah. So Malachi was the right choice, and it's just a banger of a match. Malachi is the greatest wrestler in the world right now, and
So your match
so
tonight is
good.
always just going to be Malachi's match. So
Not
yeah,
always, not always.
it was a very good match. Yes. So after the match, the Bastard Pack stormed out to the ring and stared at Black. Miro then appeared on the screen really awkwardly. I
Yeah,
don't know if you thought that was as weird as I did, but like they did a stare down and then all of a sudden the video was playing.
yeah. It
It
was really
seemed
weird.
weird. But then he said he'd send Pac, Ishii, and Black to meet their makers on Sunday. This was also a really good promo. I didn't think it was one of like at first it wasn't one of Miro's strongest. I think it just like I love what he's doing, but it's just a
His
little
promo
weird.
game is on point.
But the
Like,
part
did
where
you see
he
his
said,
one from like the last week on Dynamite where he was like, "I've been redeemed" or whatever?
yeah.
That's such a good
My
promo.
my favorite part of this promo is that when he said when I there's not the transcript for me to read verbatim, but he was like, when I send you down, when I kick your head in and send you down to the gates of hell, tell that coward we have to have a talk. I was just like, okay. Heyman Adam Page versus Silas Young. Uh, I popped so hard.
I
One of the
knew
hardest I've
you were
ever
gonna pop.
popped.
So I watched this live. You taped it.
Yeah,
I was watching it live, and I knew we had just recorded episode 1 of the podcast,
right.
and you went on a tangent in the episode 1 of you talking about how much you like Silas Young, and then
Yeah.
out of nowhere, Silas Young is wrestling on Dynamite. I legit, my first thought was, "Oh, he's gonna love this."
I popped so hard. Uh, I thought Silas Young was built from Green Bay. But then when they're like from Milwaukee, I was like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in professional wrestling. I'm like, here he is, the last real man, Silas Young in his hometown.
And they did a
Just,
WWE thing of you lose in your hometown.
I know. And that was what frustrated me as I was like, is he going to win in his hometown? I was like, I can totally see the whole match. I was just talking to Iman. I was like, oh my God, what's happening? Like, is Jay White going to come out? Is he going to interfere? Like, I want Silas to win. Silas better win. But they just said Adam Page is 13-1-1 for his record. I'm like, what's going on? I think this maybe was match of the night for me just because I was marking out so hard. Silas Young can go like nobody. It was
Yeah, he did that
insane.
weird,
You even said
like,
you don't even know what that one move was.
yeah, it was like he was like standing on the top corner, the
Yeah.
turnbuckle, and then he did like a sit out, like he like sat down on his thighs on the top rope and did a somersault, like a moonsault off that.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to describe what it was. I watched
Yeah.
it countless times.
Yeah, so I did not know the whole rivalry between Cole and Page. That was another reason I knew that Page was going to win is because they said that Silas Young had never lost to Page in ROH. They said that he always got the best of him. On commentary, there's a quote here that Adam Cole was on commentary, and he said, clearly these guys are going to war, and clearly they've gone to war before. And then the Buckshot Lariat pinned him. I don't like the Buckshot Lariat as a finisher.
Really?
I think it takes too much setup, and I don't know.
It's the
I did
worst
really
finisher in
like,
the world that Punk.
yeah, I know he can't hit it.
Yeah.
I did really like the call at the end of the match. Adam Cole was on commentary when he said when Page was getting ready to hit it, and you can just hear him yelling, "Silas, come on! You know what you're doing. Ring awareness. What are you ring awareness? You know where you are in the ring." Like he's like yelling at him about like you know where you are. You're a veteran. You got this. Move. It was very nice added touch. Stuff went down. White came out and cut a promo where he said, I feel like I owe you an explanation, Adam Cole. My opponent at Forbidden Door can't be you, Adam, because you lost Adam Page twice. Hey, man, I know that you and the world are just dying to know who I was facing Forbidden Door for my IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Hey, man, I can tell you who it won't be. It won't be you. Page and White brawled a little bit. Then Okada's music hit. Okada came out.
People went
Tried,
crazy for
yeah,
Okada.
tried to attack White in full, and they retreated.
Yeah.
Tony Giovanni was backstage with the baddies and Stokely Hathaway. They said Red Velvet was injured and they were looking for a new baddie. Announced this stupid baddie search.
Yeah. Which
Don't know.
I think I predicted it might be Tasha Steelz because I think she just left Impact.
And they just kept telling Tony. They told Tony Giovanni twice to cut the shit.
Yeah.
Literally, like opens and closes the promo, and Iman was like, "What are they doing to him?" I was like, "I don't know." It was just, I don't know. Stokely was great, of course. I don't like Jade Cargill.
Yeah. I love Jade Cargill. She's got so much star power. Like she just oozes charisma.
Yeah. The next match,
like my favorite promo of her so far is it was in the lead up to her match with Marina Shafir because Marina Shafir's nickname is the Problem.
right?
And Jade Cargill was like talking trash to her and she goes, "You call yourself the problem? Well, I'm the problem solver." And I was like, damn, it's good. And that was the same promo where she was like, "Is anyone else sick and tired of these washed up good for nothing MMA fighters trying to come into our sport and try and like do that or whatever?" And I was like, yeah, she's great.
The problem, Marina Shafir with Nyla Rose versus Toni Storm. We kind of talked about this, and I get that she's like green.
Yeah.
I know how good Marina Shafir is and can be. This match just didn't do it for me. And Tony's my girl.
Toni Storm is awesome.
I love Toni Storm. It was a good match. Marina's just not there for me yet. She's over for me. Like, I do like her.
Yeah.
I just like.
She's just so green.
Yeah. I do really like her, though. I wish they would have done more with her in WWE.
They had the opportunity to do the four horsewomen match, and they just never did. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Backstage, Stan and Darby Allin said they'd be teaming up with Shingo Takagi and Hiromu Takahashi to take on the Young Bucks.
I was so excited for this match because I really like Hiromu Takahashi.
How did we finally figure out how to pronounce this guy's name? Hikuleo?
Oh, Hikuleo, yeah.
Yeah, and El Phantasmo Forbidden Door. It was also made official for this Sunday Forbidden Door. IWGP Heavyweight Champion Switchblade Jay White versus Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada versus Heyman and Page versus Adam Cole. Baby. Hiroshi Tanahashi and Jon Moxley versus The Wizard, Chris Jericho with Jericho Appreciation Society's newest members, Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti, and the Murder Hawk Monster, Lance Archer. This was a pretty good match. Obviously, Archer took the pin.
Yes.
I don't know if AEW knows how to use Lance Archer.
I don't think they do because he's so good. He's so good. Put the world title on him. Just do it.
I thought they could have made him interim. I would have appreciated it.
Yeah.
He said he always comes up short, and I think him running interim would be a good story.
Yeah, he just can't talk. I guess that's maybe his one major fallback. But he is Jake the Snake, you know?
Right.
All right, what happened next?
That's it. That's the show.
Oh, okay. It was a good show.
I mean, after the match, Eddie Kingston charged Chris Jericho whether you to try to help as Sammy jumped on Kid. Oh, yeah. So we should talk about the end because Moxley and Tanahashi just stared at each other as chaos was at ringside. Like, oh my God. The brawl at ringside was insane.
There were so many people out there.
I legitimately thought that Moxley Tanahashi were going to pull one of those great, like, cameras go down, everyone clears out, the audience goes home, and there would be pictures leaked that Mox and Tanahashi were still staring at each other in the middle of the ring. Like one of those, like Punk would do it.
Yeah, when Punk did it.
Punk did it. Styles once. There was that one night that Styles got pushed on the top rope and he stayed there the rest of the night. I would love to see the picture of Moxley and Tanahashi in an empty arena.
That was where they were just bouncing Styles on the top rope for like 30 minutes.
I want that picture so bad.
So yeah, it was a good show. We should.
Honestly, since I've been watching Dynamite, maybe my favorite episode of Dynamite because the heel promos were just so good.
Yeah, Christian's was great.
Danielson, Cage, and Miro all just busting out.
All right, I'm gonna burn through Rampage really quick.
Burn through Rampage because I do not watch Rampage.
So I don't have the full guide like you do. I just pulled up the match card because I specifically I'm gonna go top to bottom. So the main event of the show, like the final match, was Jeff Cobb defeated Cash Wheeler in a singles match.
Yeah.
This was a really good match, actually. It was 10 minutes, 55 seconds, and it was a really good match because Cash Wheeler almost never has singles matches. It's always Dax Harwood. And so this was really cool to see Cash get a singles match. It was really good. Before that, Hook defeated the DKC in a minute 40. This was actually a pretty decent match. The DKC got some cool shots in on Hook, and Hook did some selling, which Hook desperately needs to start selling more in matches because you can't have him just power through everybody.
The DKC,
forever.
one of the worst ring names I've ever heard.
Yes.
Along with Hook. So this match was just bad ring names.
The Dick Kick City. And then before that, we had another squash match. It was Mercedes Martinez teaming up with Serena Deeb, who's my favorite female roster member on AEW, defeating Lainey Luck and Sierra in 3 minutes and 25 seconds. It was a nothing match. Then the first match of the night, pay-per-view quality. Andrade El Idolo defeated Ray Fenix in 16 and a half minutes. This was such a banger of a match, dude. Next time you come over, I'm making you watch this match. I don't care that you already know the winner. You're watching this match. It was insanely good.
Screw Lance Archer. Strap the title to Ray Fenix. Just let him bounce around with the belt.
I don't think he's been a world champion. Because Penta has.
He could probably put on a 20-minute banner while wearing the belt.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
He's just so damn good. So good. I want you to buy, I don't know if they released him on DVD, but I want you to buy All Out so I can watch that match.
They put him out on Blu-ray. I want to actually start buying them because I like the AEW pay-per-views so much that I want to own them on Blu-ray. Like, especially All Out from last year where CM Punk had his first match. Like that. God, it was such a good fucking show. And if I'm going to buy the pay-per-views again, I'd rather have them physically than to spend $50 on Bleacher Report to buy them all the ones I lost. Because I think the Blu-rays are only $25, so basically half price.
I don't know if this was on a podcast last week. I think it was just on a call we were talking about that I was like, we should have wrestling parties.
Yeah. No, that was when you were here. We were watching the pay-per-view.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
If I had like a wrestling party, I'm sitting down people to watch All Out. Maybe not the whole show, but we are strapping in for the Lucha Bros Young Bucks match. It's the greatest tag team match that's ever happened in the history of this sport.
It literally is. God, I think back to that match so often. I'm just like, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen. It's maybe the best match I've ever seen.
I hate that Iman refuses to watch it.
Does she?
She won't. If blood happens in wrestling, she won't watch.
That's crazy. How does she watch a John Moxley match?
She doesn't, I guess.
Huh.
And I'm like, you see enough blood, I think. Like blood shouldn't scare you.
Yeah.
Period joke.
Blood tells a good story in wrestling.
Yeah.
That was Rampage. We'll jump right into Forbidden Door.
Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
AEW times New Japan Pro Wrestling is what it was called. I just have the card. I don't have a whole breakdown. I mean, technically it's written, but
Wikipedia? Are you on the Wikipedia one?
I'm on the Wikipedia page.
Yep.
The main event isn't written yet. You were gonna run through the buy-in because I did not get to watch the buy-in.
Yes. So the first match, Hiroki Goto, I think is how you say it, or Goto. I don't know how you say his last name. Hiroki Goto, maybe. I don't know. And Yoshihashi. They defeated.
Is it a Hiroki or a Rookie? Because
it's Hiroki. It's Hiroki. I know that. I've heard his name said. Yeah. But I don't know how to pronounce the last name. And Yoshihashi defeated the Factory, which is Aaron Solo and QT Marshall.
And fine.
Yep, QT Marshall will lose every match he's ever in. Yep. I don't care. I hate that guy. Most boring wrestler I've ever seen. I didn't watch this match. I'll be honest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was 8:55. I'm sure you didn't miss much.
Yep. And I heard it because I had it playing over the speakers at work.
Oh, okay.
But I was like, as soon as they announced QT Marshall, I went, I'm not going to check it on this. I don't care. So the next one, Lance Archer defeated Nick Comoroto in 6 minutes.
I would like to add that I do not believe QT Marshall to be the most boring wrestler.
So goddamn boring.
We have a hot take. Killer Cross.
Yeah, he's very
absolutely boring. Does absolutely nothing for us. It's a very hot take. For some reason people think he's great. No, he's not.
I don't like him.
And he can do whatever he does in CYN. I wish the best for him in CYN.
Yep. Lance Archer, Great wrestler. We were just talking about him.
Yep.
He defeated Nick Hamarato. Nick Hamarato is a big, beefy dude who looks like he should be wrestling in the 1970s.
He's
But
also in the factory, right?
yeah. And this match wasn't announced beforehand. Like this was just thrown onto the show. I don't know why, but anyways. The next match, which I thought was a very, very good match, Swerve in Our Glory, which is Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, who Swerve Strickland, I had never seen him wrestle before until he got to, except in Lucha Underground, which I didn't know was him
Right.
at the time. He was Killshot, but I found that out later after he was in AEW. I had never seen him wrestle before. I've been amazed by that guy every time out. But then they defeated Suzuki Gun, which is El Desperado, and Yoshinobu Kenmaru in 12 minutes.
I think it's Kanemaru.
Well, however you say it. And then the next match, of course, I popped for this. Max Caster and the Ass Boys, Billy Ass and his asses, they defeated Yuya Uemura and the New Japan LA Dojo, which is Alex Coughlin, the DKC, and Kevin Knight. And this was a 5.5 minute match. And it was great because you got to see Anthony Bowens. Scissor me, daddy-o. Can I get a scissor? Let's scissor. Come on.
I'm not
scissor.
scissoring you. I'm not scissoring you.
God damn it.
That was the rap.
Oh, the rap was good. It was good. I liked it. I like every one of his raps. And I've finally listened to his album. I liked it. You should listen to it. Do you like rap music?
Not really.
I'm not a big fan either, but I like it.
I could probably get through his. As long as are they wrestling songs? Like they're
they're just funny. They're just cool raps. Do you want me to take? Yeah, I was gonna say. You want me to take the?
You take the first match. You take the first match because I came in a little late.
Yeah. So the opening match of the main card was Minoru Suzuki and the Jericho Appreciation Society, which was Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara. They defeated Eddie Kingston, Shota Umino, and Wheeler Yuta, which this was a 19-minute match. Apparently 19 minutes exactly. Oh, Wikipedia only does
The 5 and
5s.
0.
So yeah, this was a match for whoever won got the one-man advantage in Blood and Guts. So Jericho Appreciation Society. God, I hate saying that. They won, so they get the advantage. This was a great match. Like when this, I was kind of like, this was a sleeper of a match for me because when this got announced, I was like, it's whatever. And then this happened, and I was like, holy shit, this was great. Like the bit I sent you on Snapchat where it was Eddie Kingston and Suzuki murder Grandpa, just slapping the shit out of each other. Like it was great. It was a great match. I loved it.
It's weird that this was the second longest match of the night.
Was it?
Yeah.
I guess I didn't look at the match times, so.
Oh, so that was at 19. The longest match was the 4-way for the IWGP, which was at 21 minutes. And then the next longest was Claudio's match was,
well, we'll get to it.
Yeah. So the next match, FTR, the ROH World Tag Team Champions, defeated United Empire of Great O'Khan and Jeff Cobb, who were the IWGP Tag Team Champions, and Roppongi Vice, which was Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta, in a 3-way winner-takes-all match for both of the titles I mentioned. What a match. Dax had to leave early because of an injury, and then he came back all bandaged up, and I think even like an ice pack taped under there.
Yeah, and you were wondering if it was a work or a shoot. I think it's a work.
I think it was the shoot. I don't know. I just don't see why they would have booked it like that. Because it wasn't like he didn't like get taken out. He just randomly like, oh, by the way, Dax just left. Yeah. They just quickly cut to it. Like if it was a work, it would be like a big like ringside beat down, like threw him against the barricades like crazy, and then they'd stretcher him out and a bunch of like he just got like walked back, came back out, taped up, and won the match.
Yeah.
So and I honestly, for the first couple minutes of it, I don't think Cash realized Dax was gone right away. He was kind of dazed because he was tagged. He ran a gauntlet in that match.
Yeah, they would not tag him out.
Yeah, which good for him.
Yeah.
Great match. The right people won.
Yes, of course. This was one of the most predictable winners of the night, but it was the right call. Like, just because it's predictable doesn't mean it's bad. You know what I mean?
Like, what did we say? If it wasn't for all titles, Roppongi Vice, we would have wanted to win.
Yeah. If it was just for the ROH titles, I would have wanted Roppongi Vice to take it.
Next up was the 4-way match for the inaugural AEW All Atlantic Championship, where Pac defeated.
I just gotta say right off the bat, stupid title. I don't like it. I don't understand why we need it in AEW. They have enough singles titles. We want a trios title as fans. We don't need another singles title. I don't understand what this title stands for. What does it mean? Are there different rules for it? Is it like the Pure Championship in ROH? Like, I just don't get it, I guess. I'm waiting. I'll wait and see. Let it play out.
The title was created to represent AEW's fans from around the world with no particular focus on the Atlantic Ocean or countries surrounding it.
Then why call it that?
Defeated Clark Connors, Miro, Malachi Black by submission. The right man won.
No,
Pac is
wrong
awesome.
man won.
No, Pac is great.
Malachi Black.
No, it doesn't work for him. You are the one guy that's like dark gimmicks don't need titles to enhance their character. Pac, I think, has been through a lot for a long time. And I think this was one that a lot of people were like, oh, they're just going to give it to Miro. And like, yeah, it would have helped just his story, but why make an entire title just for this guy's story to fight God?
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch Miro fight a Spotlight.
It's going to be pretty good.
I can't wait for it.
This, I think, was match of the night for me up until we get to a later match. This match was so good. And we should say, originally it was supposed to be Tomohiro Ishii.
Yeah.
Ishii. But he got injured in his match with Clark Connors, so Clark Connors got subbed in even though he lost his match, he got subbed in.
Right.
And it was cool to see Clark Connors.
Yeah. Dudes with Attitudes, which is Darby Allin Stin and Shingo Takagi, defeated Bullet Club of El Fantasma, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson.
Which we should say, it was supposed to be a 4-on-4 with
Yeah.
Hikuleo on the Bullet Club and then Hiromu Takahashi on the Dudes with Attitudes, but he got injured also, or he was sick and couldn't travel, so they had to take him out. So it was just a trios match, which I was very let down by this because Hiromu Takahashi, I have booked as a world champion in EWR, Extreme Warfare Revenge, if anyone's curious. Yep. And I really like the guy, and so I was really excited to see him wrestle in this match, and it sucks that he got taken out.
Good match, though.
It was a really good match.
Stin is 62 years old, which
63.
I know.
He's 63. He just had his birthday recently.
I know everyone brings it up all the time.
But he's insane.
He's insane.
Yeah. He's the reason Ric Flair is wrestling again.
Another match of Young Bucks, another big match of theirs without Brandon Cutler. I don't know where Brandon Cutler is.
Yeah, I wonder what they're doing with him right now.
I don't know.
Maybe he's out for some reason or something. I don't know.
Yeah, if he doesn't do anything, I don't know how he would have gotten injured, but
he's got two contracts, Cutler. Do you not know that?
AEW Women's World Champion Thunder Rosa defeated Toni Storm. I didn't like this.
Really? Well, I didn't like the ending. I wanted Toni to win, but I thought this was an amazing match.
I thought it was an all right match. Thunder Rosa doesn't do it for me.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah.
She's great.
I don't know.
She's so cool.
Very
good match. I really liked it.
I was excited for the match, and I don't know. I don't know. It didn't completely live up to everything. And then Toni just lost, and I was like, thought she was gonna do it because she beat Britt, and no one beats Britt. So I was like, yeah, strap the title on her, but I guess not. I don't know who's gonna take it from Thunder.
Ruby, Rio, I don't know.
Jade, gonna give it to Rio again?
Jade, maybe. But I don't want Jade to lose the TBS title yet.
Oh, she better lose to Athena.
I just don't want her to lose yet. Have her beat Goldberg's streak. Have her be 200-0.
IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion Will Ospreay with Aussie Open defeated Orange Cassidy in the match of the night.
Yes.
Went for 16:45, and oh my god.
Yes. So when I said the 4-way was match of the night until something later. So when Cage Side sees every time after a pay-per-view, they always post an article, what was match of the night? And when I looked at the list, I was like, I'm really stuck between those two matches, the 4-way and the IWGP US, because both were incredible, but that Orange Cassidy match, wow.
I know you don't like Orange Cassidy.
I do like Orange Cassidy. I do get it. I do get it. I do. He's a slacker.
Right before we started recording, I saw a tweet from Sam Roberts, not that Sam Roberts. He tweeted, I don't get people that don't get Orange Cassidy. It's one of the best gimmicks in the world. He just put it all out there. And
I get it.
Oh my God.
Yes, he doesn't care until he wants to.
I know it was just last night. I could watch that match again today.
Hey, I watched the Lucha Bros Young Bucks match 3 days in a row
Yeah.
after it happened.
I don't know how many matches you've ever. I can think of 2 matches that I watched the next day.
I've watched a few.
I
Eddie
remember
Kingston and CM Punk and MJF.
Styles Cena at SummerSlam. I woke up the next morning and I went to Dad. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I don't know, nothing. I want to come on." And I made him sit down and watch that match. And then the triple threat between Rollins, Baylor, and The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 34. I woke up the next day and watched that again.
Yeah, you love that match for some reason.
Very good. That's my favorite triple threat match.
I watched Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega, their 30-minute draw, like 7 times.
And the second longest match of the night, or the third longest match of the night at 18:30, Claudio Castagnoli is now all elite, and he defeated Zack Sabre Jr., filling in for Bryan Danielson.
Great match. I wish it would have been Danielson because I think it would have been a way more technical match.
Yeah.
Which I would have loved to have seen.
Yeah, and Zack Sabre would have gotten murdered.
Yeah, he would have got his fucking head kicked in. But this was such a good match. I really enjoyed this. It was great seeing Claudio. I love his song. Immediately, he has a memorable song to where I can actually like hear it in my head when I close my eyes. And now, so when I hear it, I'm gonna go, "Oh, this is Claudio coming out." Like I just instantly recognize it, and it's just a great song. And he looks so happy and like he's having fun. And
nice beard. He has a very nice beard.
He's a handsome dude. He's so handsome.
He didn't give us a UFO. I'm still upset about it, but it was a very good match.
He's done 1 UFO in the last decade.
No, he's hit it twice. He hit it at 2 WrestleManias in a row. He hit it at 36 against Drew Gulak, which was the first time he did it in WWE, and then he hit it at Rollins the next year.
But see, I thought when he hit it on Rollins was the first time he did it.
That's what everyone thinks because no one watched the Drew Gulak match at WrestleMania because it was on the pre-show. I watched that live.
I just spilled water on myself.
But the reason it's called the UFO is because you're not supposed to see it a lot. The IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Jay White with Guido defeated Heyman Adam Page. Gato?
Hey, Gato.
Heyman defeated Heyman Adam Page, Kazuchika Okada, and Adam Cole in a botched finish. Very good match.
Very good match.
But very
honestly, there was not a single bad match on this entire show. Except in a purely in-ring capacity, there was not a bad match. I don't think.
Except for possibly the QT Marshall match.
Oh yeah, maybe, but that doesn't count. It's not on the main card. But I do count pre-shows. Got to get my boy Rye back on the show somehow. Pre-show stopper. Yeah. So the finish. Let me explain.
The finish.
Can I explain this?
It doesn't ruin the match, but oh my god.
So the finish is. So Adam Cole and Okada are wrestling in the ring, and Okada goes to hit the Rainmaker.
Yeah.
Cole ducks him. Okay.
Yep.
Then Cole hits a move. Then
Cole just ducked. No, Cole doesn't hit anything. He falls.
No, wait. He ducks it, and then he hits a move. Okada hit him with a different move. Then as he was selling that move, he went to go hit the Rainmaker a second time. Adam Cole ducked it again, and then Jay White came running in, hit the Blade Runner on Okada. Then for some reason ran over to Cole, who didn't take any move. Yeah. Didn't take a finisher of any kind. Rolled him over, and then just pinned him. And it looked like after the 2 count, it looked like Adam Cole's about to lift his shoulder, and then he said something to Jay White, and then he just rolled him up and pinned him. And then as soon as Jay White climbed off him, Adam Cole started talking to the referee. So it looked like he was either injured or botched or he was selling something. I don't know. It looked weird.
It could be a story thing where Cole and White are kind of working together.
I also think it maybe is to write him off because he's been working injured for a while.
Yeah.
So maybe this was a way to write him off TV for a minute. I don't know.
They're probably
it was just the finish was out of nowhere.
Yeah. If it
so anticlimactic.
If it wasn't a work, they're gonna work into the storyline, I think. Yeah, and like the build on this match was very good with like who's he gonna face, and it's all of the guys, and then just to finish it with like that.
The only thing about the build that sucks is Okada didn't show up till last week, which that was kind of a major downfall with this show. Is they just announced matches without people like showing up or whatever. Like I don't know, it just felt rushed, and I wasn't as excited for this pay-per-view as I was like the last few pay-per-views. But overall work rate, it blew me away, so it makes up for it. It was well worth $50 to see this.
I think it made it special that Okada waited.
A little bit, yeah.
Because you were everything you've been they're like, it's
We
not
could have seen
Okada.
Okada in Milwaukee.
It's I know. Next time. We'll go next time.
Okada won't be there next time.
Well, we'll go to Dynamite next time. We might get
Yeah,
Gargano to
and the cool thing about Dynamite is like I would never go to a Raw or SmackDown taping because like WWE TV, it's just boring. It's there's no wrestling. It's just all talking, backstage stuff. When you watch Dynamite, you're like, there's so much wrestling, and if there is backstage stuff, it's fun and entertaining.
and you get a Rampage, and I think you get a Dark or an
Yeah.
Elevation. I don't get how it's all recorded.
No, Elevation is filmed in a soundstage, or maybe Dark is filmed in Dark. One of them is filmed in the same place that TNA used to film back in the day, the soundstage in Orlando.
And one of them is there's no commentary, right? It's
No, there's
recorded
commentary on all
after,
of them. Well,
but it's
yeah,
recorded over.
yeah.
The main event of the night was the singles match for the interim AEW World Championship between Jon Moxley and Hiroshi Tanahashi. I had to leave for work in this match, so if you want to take it.
Yeah, so this was a pretty solid match. It wasn't spectacular. I thought it was a real styles clash, pun intended, of wrestlers because like, he's got some technical stuff, but he's more of a brawler, where Hiroshi Tanahashi's more technical and high flyy. And Tanahashi also, he's in his mid 40s. His knees are shot. He's not as good as he once was. And they talk about that on commentary the whole match. But it was a very good match. At one point, Mox got busted the fuck open. Dude was gushing. He had a crimson mask, as JR would say. Like, I mean, fully painted red. Looked horrendous. But Renee Young, of course, did her usual of anytime Jon Moxley bleeds in a match, she posts a picture of it to Twitter being like, what the hell's this guy doing? But yeah, it was a great match and had a really interesting finish, I thought, where her Tanahashi did end up hitting the high fly flow, but Moxley kicked out and then he got him with the Death Rider. And it's really good. It's really good.
Paradigm Shift.
They called it the Death Rider, so
They called it the Death Rider again?
yeah, that's what Excalibur called it.
Is that what it's called in New Japan, maybe?
Maybe, I don't know.
Did he hit it right, or was it just his bad suplex version?
It was the bad suplex version. But then after that,
I don't know. I think Moxley is overrated. I like Moxley
a little bit. I like him, but
I think he's overrated. I don't think he's the best wrestler in the world. His style isn't completely for me. His finisher sucks. And I don't know. He's very good on the mic.
Promo game is, I was gonna say his promo game is very good though.
Very good on the mic, and if he bleeds, it's awesome. And like that's the kind of match he's good at. I don't know. I just don't.
Yeah.
No, I
would. But then the ending of the show, basically Hiroshi Tanahashi and Moxley shook hands. Then Jericho and I think Matt Lee came out and they were attacking Tanahashi and Mox. Well, then Eddie Kingston, of course, came out. Well, then after that, the rest of the society came out and they were beating him down. Well, then like Wheeler Yuta and Santana and Ortiz came out. They were still one man short. So, of course, cue the music, the ska stuff. And then Claudio comes out. He starts charging in, takes it to Jericho right away, kicks his ass, hits him with a pop-up uppercut. Almost said power bomb.
Very European uppercut.
And then he started just clearing house, and then he was standing there triumphantly, and then Eddie Kingston realized Claudio was the one who saved the day, and he started freaking out. Was like, fuck this guy. Fuck him. He got out of the ring. Everyone else was like standing next to Claudio, like, hell yeah, this man just saved the day. And Moxie was like giving him fist bumps, and Eddie Kingston just standing on the outside of the ring against the hard cam, just like lividly staring at Claudio, just like, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy. I'm gonna kill this guy. Like, it was very funny. And Claudio even had an interview after Dynamite went off the air. I saw it on Twitter where he's like, they asked him about Eddie Kingston, and he was like, oh, he likes to scream and cry like a baby.
Speaking of the press conference, just briefly, and then we should move on because I don't have a ton of time.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you want to just do the other thing for episode 3? Because this was a lot. We've been recording for at least over an hour.
We can. I was just going to say that the press conference, if there wasn't proof that Tony Khan does coke, oh my God, that press conference. I was just watching. He hugged everyone.
Oh, if you want proof that he's on cocaine, watch the promo he did on Dynamite when he announced ROH.
I was there.
God damn.
No, that press conference.
Or
was
that
like,
one, the one where he was talking about CM Punk being the world champion. Do you remember
Yeah.
that clip where he's like, he's the fucking best wrestler in the fucking world, and with the best fucking things, and you go to my fucking show, and CM Punk's like sitting there like, what the fuck? Chill out.
There's a clip. I don't know if I sent you on Twitter, but it's a clip of Tony hugging all these people, and he hugs Moxley, and then he hugs Okada, and Okada's face is like, I'm being hugged.
This
And
is
then,
Okada.
like,
He likes puddles and
yeah.
kittens.
And then Claudio actually like does hug him back, but Claudio's face is even like, what's this guy doing? Yeah, he was coked out of his mind after Fernando. I guess if we're calling this the episode, just the recap, because it wasn't very long, we have to do our random wrestler showdown.
Oh geez, what website was that?
I don't know, random wrestler generator, and it looked fucking horrible. This one, get random thins. It's not a good site. GetRandomThins.com.
Okay, give me a second.
And you can switch it to number 1, your quantity to 1.
All right, who's your random wrestler?
I'm generating. I haven't done it yet. Okay, I got Scott Hall.
Oh, I got Ric Flair.
Okay.
Well, Ric Flair's already got 16 world titles, so I want to give it to Scott Hall.
Yeah.
If that's what, and also Scott Hall didn't whip his dick out and force the flight attendant to touch it or whatever. So
sure. Yeah, and Scott Hall already died and isn't gonna die in a couple months or whenever that match is.
yeah.
I also got to meet Scott Hall. So.
And you described him to me as a sweetheart.
I don't think I did, but he was very nice. And I was at an airport, and he didn't whip out his dick at me.
But he did. He did whip out his toothpick.
He did, yeah. That was what I thought was so cool, is because everyone bombarded him, and I was like, I'm not dealing with that mess.
Yeah.
And then it settled down, and I was like, just there, and I was like, I really should go meet him. I really should go fucking meet him. And I really didn't want to. And Mom was the one that was like, we're going to go meet him. So we walked over there. And Mom was like, can he please take a picture with you? And he stood up. He didn't walk well. And he stood up and he pulls out his wallet and takes his toothpick out. And we too sweet each other, take a picture. And that was that. And then he was on my plane because he had to sit at a different gate because he's huge.
Yeah.
And there was no seats that he could sit at anymore. And so he was at a different gate. And then when we boarded, he was in line behind us.
You're a tall guy. And for you to be like, he's huge. Because I think
huge.
he's like 6'8".
6'7", I think. Yeah, 6'7", 6'8". He was huge. Very nice guy. And but yeah, like we're boarding, and all of a sudden Scott Hall's again behind us. And the first thought in my mind is, if this plane crashes and I died on the same plane as Scott Hall. This crash will be on the news for that. That was my first thought.
Horrible. So
yeah, not bad.
Scott Hall.
So we're giving it to Scott Hall. Yeah, we'll go to Scott Hall.
This is the dumbest segment. Let's do another one.
Another one of these? Okay.
Yeah,
we talked about 2 shows. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I got a good one.
Now, are we going in their prime, or do we go like now? If they're still wrestling now and they might not be in their prime, are we talking in the prime, like the age they are in the picture?
If they're dead
in their prime, obviously, like we did Scott Hall.
If they're still alive, them now.
What if they're still? So even if they're still wrestling now?
Yeah. So like Ric Flair, we would count him now. But like Ted DiBiase, he's retired.
Did you get?
No, you go first.
I got Jericho.
Okay, I got Bryan Danielson.
So Danielson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Danielson, to my knowledge, doesn't support the insurrection.
Does yours say Bryan Danielson, or does it say
No? Mine says Daniel Bryan. In the picture is the one with him, short hair, short beard, in the flannel, and it's from, I'm pretty sure, his retirement speech, or maybe it's actually when I think he became the GM of SmackDown. It's the green and brown flannel.
Yeah. So his retirement speech was like the orange blue one.
Okay.
Or yellow and blue. That was. I
can just share my screen really quick, and you can see.
That was.
Oh, can you give me permissions to share screen, really quick, so I can just show you this picture?
That's another permission. Which permission is that?
All right. Can you see it?
Not yet. My Jericho picture. Oh, that's his retirement.
Okay, that's what I thought it was.
That brings up exactly the exact moment I was just gonna bring up from his retirement speech. In his retirement speech, that exact smile is from. I don't remember how well you remember his retirement speech.
I remember it very well.
he said that there's a part where he says that it's gonna be nice to retire. I can sit down and we can start a family, and everyone starts doing the yes chant, and he grabs the mic again and goes, "That's what Bree says all night long." And then that exact laugh that picture is from is him laughing as the fans go crazy. Yeah,
Have you heard him talk about his sex life with Brie? It's so weird.
yeah.
He's a weird guy.
He's a pullout guy, right?
That's yeah. They only use the pull-up method.
Yeah.
Because I remember that episode of Total Divas because Nikki was like, Brie, this is our
Yeah.
career. And Brie's like, I'm married. I'm not gonna use a condom. And she's like, but Brie, if you get pregnant, we can't win the tag team titles that don't exist yet.
So I got a couple Sporcles pulled up that I want to just quickly do.
Okay.
And one of them is going to be very fun. Did I open the
Are we gonna do
pay-per-view?
the can you name all the AEW world champions?
No, like 'cause I can do that without a Sporcle. We want to quickly stop.
Can you name every champion in AEW history?
Of every title?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go. Ready? All Atlantic.
Pack.
Okay. TBS.
TBS? Jade
Yeah.
Cargill.
Okay. TNT.
TNT. The debut TNT champion was Cody Rhodes. He lost to Brody Lee, who lost to Cody Rhodes, who lost to Darby Allin, who lost to Miro, who lost to Cody Rhodes,
Nope.
who lost to Sammy Guevara, who lost to Cody Rhodes, who lost to Sammy Guevara, who lost to Scorpio Sky, who lost to Sammy Guevara, who lost to Scorpio Sky.
Yes.
What
Confusing.
fucking lineage.
Yes. The tag.
The tag. So the inaugural were SoCal Uncensored,
Yep.
who lost to Adam Page and Kenny Omega, who lost to FTR, who lost to the Young Bucks, who lost to the Lucha Brothers, who lost to Jurassic Express, who just lost to the Young Bucks.
Yep. Women's World.
Rio lost to Nyla Rose, who lost to Haru Shida, who lost to Britt, who lost to Thunder Rosa.
Yep. Men's World. Easiest one.
Jericho lost to Moxley, who lost to Omega, who lost to Page, who lost to Punk.
Yes. Now name every WWE champion in history.
No, name every Diamond Dallas Page's ring winner.
Oh, MJF.
Whatever the hell that thing's called.
It's the Dynamite Diamond Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders ring of diamonds.
Okay, so this first one is AEW Word Ladder.
A word ladder?
Mr. Brody Lee's real first name is John. I met a John Huber the other day from New York, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then he knew about Brody Lee. Basic monetary unit of North and South Korea. So, I don't know. To become successful or victorious in. Win? Yes. Ozzy Osbourne's studio album, The Ultimate. Square root of 36.
Is that 12?
16, I think, right? 8?
Amazon. What's the square root of 36?
6.
Yeah, it's 6.
Chicago White or Boston Red Sox. The nuclear fuel designed for use in breeder reactors. Man of the Year abbreviation. That's Moth. Man of the Year? Moth? Man of the Year.
I don't understand this.
VIP? Okay. One of Inside Out's emotions. Jimmy Uso's
anger?
British English arable land put down to grass. What the hell is this? What is a word ladder?
I don't know what this is.
I'm giving up because I don't know what this is. John 1, Win, Sin, 6, Sox, Mox, Moy, Joy, J, Lay. What was this?
I don't know.
Okay, moving on.
That was dumb.
This is a crossword.
Okay.
Should we play timed or untimed? We'll play timed. Number 5 across, first ever AEW World Champion
Jericho.
Jericho. 9, TV network that hosts AEW weekly show Dynamite. Is it TNT or TBS?
Or TBS. Yeah, try either one, I guess.
One half of the first ever AEW World Tag Team Champions,
Scorpio.
Sky. The older member of the Young Bucks.
Go for it.
Nick? Yeah.
Spreadsheet.
Allie was known under this name when aligned with the Butcher and the Blade, the blank.
The Bunny.
One half of the tag team Best Friends, formerly known as Beretta, Trent. Why did it not like auto? Orange Cassidy portrayed Fire, Blank, and Shakara, Ant.
Yep.
The 2020 edition of this AEW pay-per-view played host to a very critically acclaimed tag team match between the Young Bucks and Omega Page.
That's Revolution.
The former
Sorry,
Rusev used
the Revolution.
one half of the Lucha Brothers, Ray Phoenix, the first ever AEW Women's Champion.
Riho.
Doesn't fit on one screen. The former title injured wrestlers wrestles in AEW under the ring name
Sean. Has a habit of drinking
alcohol a lot. Hey, man. It's a weird thing to be a clue for. Surname of wrestler who made a limited appearance on AEW Dynamite to face John Moxley at the behest of Chris Jericho. Jeff Cobb? Did Jeff Cobb?
Yeah, it is Jeff Cobb.
During Cody's first TNT Championship title reign, he issued many open challenges. President of
Tony
AEW is Tony Khan.
Yeah, I got that from the spelling.
Yeah. Amount of members in Jurassic Express. 3?
Well, it tells you the answer right there. 5.
Regular lead teams with Evo and Rose part of the Dark Horse, Stu Grayson.
This is old.
Sema, who has made several appearances for AEW, is the president of this wrestling promotion in China.
It's OWE.
Amount of members in Proud and Powerful.
2.
We did it in a minute 42.
Well, no, we did it in 3 minutes and 18 seconds.
We've already established we're not doing math. Okay, this is an easy one. AEW picture quiz. Name them for March 18th, 2020. I like this. Look at this little guy.
Yeah.
Is he gonna circle them? Oh yeah, literally. Oh, there's 81 of them. We have to name all these. Okay. Jesus.
All right. Well, MJF.
Hold on. I see Excalibur.
Yep.
MJF. Okay. Brody Lee.
Matt Hardy. Dustin Rhodes.
Oh, okay. Cody Rhodes. Joey Janela's there.
Yep. Leva Bates.
Warlow. Leva Bates.
Peter Avalon. Just do last names. Just type last names because it'll be faster.
Guerrero.
Quen.
How do you spell that? Quen?
Yep. And then Cassidy with a K. Grayson.
What's Penta's name in this?
Do Pentagon. Aubrey Edwards. Do Jackson. Type in Jackson. Yep, there we go. Nakazawa.
JR. Seidel.
Taz and Sheeta.
I don't see Seidel didn't take. Sheeta, Taz. Where do you think Seidel is?
No, it's Chucky T that I was looking at. Chucky T and Trent and Pac.
Who's the guy in the
do Brandy. Do Mox.
Who's in the yellow jacket next to Nakazawa?
I'm trying to figure that out. Do Gunn. Swole. Do Cutler. He's in the front. Bunny, Butcher, and Blade. And Helico and Evans. Havoc.
That's who I was looking at. Luther, your favorite wrestler.
Yeah, Serpentico.
Anna Ortiz, Serpentico.
Oh, did we get Jericho yet?
No, we did. Guevara.
Oh, Hager. Silver and Reynolds. Omega.
Blanchard.
The Jurassic Express crew. Do all 3 of them.
Luchasaurus. Jungle Boy. Marco Stunt. Abaddon. I see Abaddon there.
Yep. Who's the guy in the back with the mustache?
I have no idea.
Try DDP. Is that the guy? Yeah, it was DDP. Okay. Sean Spears.
Who's this? Is that Awesome Khan?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's this?
I don't know, but do Darby Allin, Kip Sapien, Penelope Ford.
You spell Sapien.
Sabian.
Sabian?
Yeah. Penelope Ford, Sunny Kiss. Sema? Try Sema. Okay.
Who's this?
I don't know who that is right now. Who do we still need? Oh, yeah, try Rosa. Is Rosa there?
Who's this?
Try Rio. I don't know who that is.
We did Rio, I think. That's Rio. Who's this? Is that Jake Roberts? Yeah.
Okay.
Who's this?
We need 10 people. That is... Try Anna J or Ty Conti or...
Is it going to ask for the drone's name? This is harder than I thought because I thought it was just going to show pictures of them.
Yeah.
Scorpio Sky.
Oh, do Kazarian.
Is Ethan Page on here?
No. Try Daniels, Christopher Daniels.
I did him. I got him earlier.
Oh, okay. Who's the guy in that yellow jacket?
Don't
Oh,
know.
try Joey Ryan, maybe. Well, he was never signed to the
I
league.
know there's a female wrestler that dresses like Freddie Mercury that I watched on AEW once. It might be her. I don't know her name. Back when I started watching
I
Dynamite.
have no idea. Is Hager on there?
I got Hager.
Okay.
Who's this?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. Who is that?
It almost looks like Toni Storm and she wasn't there yet. Is Serena Deeb on here? I don't know when she showed up.
It seems like we're only missing the women.
Yeah.
I can't think of them.
And
Penelope Ford, I said her. Anna Jay. Oh, Statlander, maybe?
this is really,
It's Stat.
yeah, this is very exciting for the audio listeners. Yeah, that's Statlander.
Okay, cool.
Did we get Cassidy?
Who is the guy who is the person in the yellow?
I don't know. I'm gonna Google the Freddie Mercury wrestler. Emi Sakura.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I recognize this girl too.
Yeah, I know. I just can't think of
Not
who
Bea
that is.
Priestley, is it? It is, okay.
Oh, okay. So
We
we
have
need
this.
3 more. Yeah,
Can't
that
even tell.
person who I can't even tell who it is. I
I
can't
can't
tell.
even. What 3 are we missing? I can only see that one.
All right, look up the drone's name.
They have an action figure of it. Vanguard 1. Yep, okay.
All right, because I was gonna say there's only 2. It's the lady in the middle and then the one on the left.
Lady in the middle.
Yeah, where Kenny
Oh.
Omega's pointing right at her.
That's not like old Kira Hogan or Red Velvet or anything, right?
I don't think so. I don't think they were signed yet.
Because I know some of the women that are being used now have really changed their look.
Was it Rosa? Did we get her?
We tried that and it didn't come up.
Yeah, I really don't know.
Daniel Garcia isn't that, is it?
No. He didn't get signed until 2021. I really don't know who that person on the left is. Like,
Is it someone with like you, Luther, or because they're all kind of grouped into people? I don't know who Luther's with. You giving up?
yeah, give up.
Who's Mel?
I don't know who Mel is.
I don't know Yuka, so we both just didn't know those.
Yeah.
The average score is 74% though. We got 98,
So we did pretty good.
pretty good. This is AEW pay-per-view main events.
This is so easy.
Okay, so Jericho,
Omega, Mox, Hangman.
I just typed in, man.
Yep, Hager, Guevara.
Or,
Yep,
I don't like
Ortiz,
these.
Santana, Jackson, Rhodes, Kingston, Janela. All Out 20. That was John Moxley versus Archer. Or no, that was MJF. Yep. The Cutler, I think, is the last guy in Stadium Stampede. Okay.
No, it was Hardy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Hardy. Yep, you're right. All Out 21, that was Cage. And then the 2 FTR guys.
Who were on? That's.
And then the last one is Tanahashi. Oh, and Cole. Cole and Tanahashi. This was just updated then. Yeah, that was too easy.
It was uploaded. Still 76%. It says a lot of plays. 15,000 plays.
Nice. Yeah, that one's too easy. All right.
Yeah.
Let's wrap up. That was a fun Sporcle quiz.
Yeah.
If you're an audio listener, go to our YouTube to go see the video.
On Punk Rock Blues. For Brothers in Tights, I'm Lex Dahl.
I'm Pat Tracy. This was episode 2. This
was Forbidden Door recap. Next week, we'll talk about what made us stop watching wrestling for a while.
Yeah. Along with their Dynamite recap, which shouldn't take as long.
You can check out our YouTube, the video podcast, and other fun videos are on Punk Rock Blues.
You can check out our old podcast, Would You Spend a Day with Tim Allen, on Spotify.
That's on Spotify.
It is, yes. I don't have it on Amazon yet.
This was fun.
This was fun. We should do it again sometime.
Let's do it next week.
This is literally how OJabs ends.
Same bat time.
Same Lex channel.
Same Lex channel. Exactly what I was going to say. Ringing the bell on another episode.
Ding, ding, ding.
See you guys next week.